Welcome to the deep dive, where we plunge into the rich, the complex, and sometimes the undeniably chilling.
hmm
Especially as the Halloween season creeps closer, there's just something about ghost stories, right? That thrill of the unknown.
It's absolutely true. Whether you approach these tales as a skeptic or, a true believer, there's an undeniable draw.
Yeah.
It's like the past just refuses to stay quiet
And
sometimes.
that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're embarking on a pretty comprehensive deep dive
Yeah.
into the allegedly most haunted places across Louisiana.
Okay,
We've pulled from a whole stack of sources to try and give you a really detailed, kind of immersive picture.
good.
Our mission isn't just listing spots, it's uncovering the history, the chilling legends, and maybe some surprising facts behind them.
Right, the context.
Exactly. Because when you think Louisiana, yeah, Mardi Gras, jazz, great food.
The usual stuff.
But underneath all that vibrancy, there's this incredibly deep history of folklore, urban myths. It goes way back, centuries.
It really does.
It feels like a state where that veil between worlds is just, I don't know, thinner.
That's a good way to put it. And what's striking is how these stories are so woven into the state's actual history, the tragedies, the triumphs.
Right.
A lot of these places aren't just spooky old buildings, they're historical landmarks, sites where big things happened.
So the emotional residue, you think?
Yeah, it seems like it just clings there. It doesn't fade easily.
Okay, so where should we start? Let's maybe begin with one that always comes up. Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville,
Ah, yes, Myrtles.
often called the most haunted place in the state. It's a hotel now, a tourist spot, but the sources point to this really disturbing, complex past. What makes its history so twisted?
Well, the stories around Myrtles really center on tragedy. You have the Woodruff family deaths early on,
Okay.
but the most famous and really chilling legend is about a young enslaved woman named Chloe.
Chloe, right, I've heard that name.
The story goes she was hanged on the property, and her spirit is said to still be there, very active. And beyond that, there's this persistent rumor, that the whole plantation was built on an ancient Tunica Indian burial ground.
Oh, okay. So layers of history, potentially.
Exactly. Many people think that unresolved history really amps up the paranormal activity reported there.
And the reports are so specific, aren't they? It's not just vague feelings.
No, not at all.
People claim they actually see the Woodruff children like their spectral forms in that big hallway mirror.
Yeah, that mirror is famous.
And the story of William Winter, that's incredibly specific, shot by a stranger, stumbles inside.
And dies on the 17th step of the main staircase.
Exactly. And people say they can still hear his footsteps on those stairs.
To distinctly hear them, yeah. That's the claim. It's very auditory.
And the piano, the grand piano just playing by itself.
Right, in the parlor.
Mm.
Apparently happens at all sorts of odd hours. Classic haunted house stuff, but people swear by it there.
Okay, so from Myrtles, let's shift to the heart of New Orleans. Madame LaLaurie's mansion.
Oh boy, yeah. If Myrtles is famous, LaLaurie Mansion is infamous.
Definitely one of the most disturbing haunted spots in the city, maybe the country. Claims going back almost 200 years.
And those claims are almost universally tied back to one person, Madame LaLaurie herself.
Her cruelty, especially towards the enslaved people in her household. It sounds beyond comprehension.
Absolutely. The mansion's history is long and just, grisly, directly linked to her actions.
And the hauntings reflect that.
Well, very much so. People report hearing chilling moans, supposedly coming from the room where enslaved individuals were kept in just horrific conditions.
God.
The full extent wasn't even known until that fire in 1834.
Right, the fire that exposed everything.
Exactly. An angry mob formed. They found unspeakable things inside. Torture, horrific neglect.
So the energy there.
People say it's still palpably thick, tormented. The intensity of the alleged haunting seems to directly mirror the intensity of that historical suffering. It's quite compelling.
Okay, staying in New Orleans but shifting focus.
Okay.
St. Louis Cemetery #1.
Ah, yes, a truly iconic spot.
Not just famous, but one of the oldest cemeteries in the whole Louisiana Purchase, right? Dates back to the 1700s.
That's right. Its cultural weight is immense, largely thanks to the voodoo queen, Marie Laveau.
Her tomb is there, still a major draw, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Her distinctive above-ground tomb is a focal point. Followers still leave offerings. It's very much an active site in that sense.
And there's a ritual associated with it.
A very specific one. You place an X on the tomb, turn around 3 times, knock, make your wish.
Okay.
And if it's granted, you're supposed to come back, circle the X, and leave a gift. a sign of gratitude.
Fascinating. But it's not just Murray Laveau there, right?
No, not at all. It's the final resting place for countless yellow fever victims from the epidemics.
Ah, right. That adds another layer.
Definitely. People report hearing audible screams, even seeing an apparition of a woman hanging from a tree.
Hmm.
It adds to this deeply unsettling atmosphere. Lots of restless spirits are said to linger.
Okay, now, for those who like their spirits, New Orleans has some famous haunted bars. Old Absinthe House and Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop Bar.
Two classics, both steeped in history, frequented by some pretty infamous characters back in the day.
And both known for paranormal activity today. It's interesting how that lively bar energy coexists with older, maybe darker energies.
It is a strange mix, isn't it? The old Absinthe House, built way back in 1752. Rumor has it, it's one of the most haunted buildings in the whole French Quarter.
Wow. Who do people see there?
Well, the big names. Apparitions the Pirate, Jean Lafitte, Andrew Jackson, even Marie Laveau again.
Like they're still regulars?
Exactly. Just popping in for a spectral drink. And then Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop, a place Lafitte actually used.
Okay.
His ghost is reportedly seen there quite often. But also, people report these unsettling eyes watching them from the fireplace grate.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah. And this unexplained presence of an unknown woman upstairs. These aren't just one-offs. Staff and regulars have reported this stuff for years.
Okay, let's broaden out a bit. Look at some other haunted hotels and historic structures across the state. Back in New Orleans first, the Hotel Monteleone.
Ah, the Monteleone.
Yeah.
Very grand, opulent. Feels like stepping back into the Victorian era.
Like a time capsule.
And the ghosts apparently agree. They often appear still wearing 19th century clothes.
Really?
Yeah. The most famous one is Maurice Becher, a young boy,
Oh, the child.
seen often on the 14th floor, or specifically in room 930. That's apparently where he died back in 1890.
How sad.
It is. And interestingly, the hotel's founder, Antonio Monteleone himself, is also reportedly seen, making rounds in the lobby, the hallways.
Still overseeing his legacy.
Perhaps checking up on the place.
Okay, so from the French Quarter, let's head to Alexandria. The Hotel Bentley. Another grand hotel, another storied past.
Definitely. And some very unique spectral guests here, too.
Like who?
Well, the builder, Joseph Bentley, is reportedly seen just wandering the halls in broad daylight, like he's still on inspection.
Huh.
But what's really unique, almost cinematic, are the reported sightings of Generals Patton and Bradley,
The Generals Patton and Bradley.
apparently seen deep in discussion in the Mirror Room Lounge, a real throwback to its military connections during the war.
Wow, that's specific.
Isn't it? There's also a tragic story about a 7-year-old girl
Oh, no.
reportedly fell down an elevator shaft and died. Guests sometimes claim she tugs on their pant legs.
Oh, that's chilling. A child's touch like that.
Yeah. It's specific and sad. The hotel's activity was even featured on Ghost Hunters.
Right, I remember that. Okay, back to New Orleans. Bourbon Orleans Hotel, often ranked as one of the spookiest in the whole U.S.
It has a heavy history. Before it was a hotel, it was an orphanage.
An orphanage.
Run by nuns, yeah. During the yellow fever epidemics.
Oh, wow. So a lot of sadness there.
A tremendous amount. And that's believed to be why apparitions of children and these sort of compassionate-looking women are seen so often, lingering grief.
That makes sense, in a way. Are there others?
Reports of a Confederate soldier, a lonely dancer in the ballroom, and on the 6th floor, a little girl who apparently likes to chase her ball down the hall.
So a whole range of
A
spirits.
real spectrum of emotional imprints, yeah. From tragedy to something almost residual playfulness.
Okay, let's head to the capital, Baton Rouge. The old Louisiana State Capitol building.
The castle on the river.
That's the one. Such a unique building. And it's had many lives, right? Government seat, then a prison during the Civil War.
Garrison, too.
Yeah.
And now a museum.
So many transitions. That almost guarantees some leftover energy, doesn't it?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Each era seems to have left its mark. The most famous ghost is probably legislator Pierre Couvillon.
Couvillon, what's his story?
Had a fatal heart attack right there in the building during a
Right.
really heated debate.
Talk about dying for your cause.
Right. And motion detectors going off for no reason are often blamed on his restless spirit.
Huh. Anything else?
Well, there was a really creepy incident back in 2009. Paranormal investigators were there, and they apparently recorded an entity singing, "You Are My Sunshine."
Get out.
Singing! That's the report. Haunting and deeply unsettling.
Definitely.
It's also the ghost of a little girl, Sarah Morgan, daughter of the family who donated the property. She apparently saw the building built, then burned down, then rebuilt. A real witness to its history.
Wow. Okay, still in Baton Rouge, but something totally different. The USS Kidd.
Ah, the Fletcher-class destroyer.
A WWII and Korean warship, now a museum, a very different kind of haunted site.
Very different.
Yeah.
And the hauntings there are deeply, tragically linked to one specific event.
Which was?
The kamikaze attack on April 11th, 1945.
Oh, right. Devastated.
Killed 38 sailors, wounded 55 more. Immense trauma in one moment.
And that's connected to the sightings.
Directly. Visitors report seeing the spirits of sailors, still in uniform, ghostly arms and legs, without bodies.
Oh, man.
And hearing disembodied voices, especially from the sleeping quarters. It brings that past trauma to life in a really visceral, disturbing way.
A powerful example of trauma potentially imprinting on a place.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move beyond the big cities now. Explore some local legends, maybe some more feared sites across wider Louisiana. These often feel even more rooted in folklore.
Yeah, the stories get really specific to the area.
Let's start in Shreveport, the Municipal Auditorium. It's a historical landmark, but apparently has some tragic incidents in its past.
It does. And legend says there are 3 distinct spirits there.
3, okay.
There's the lady in white, seen wandering or sometimes sitting in empty seats. Then the crying child whose sobbing echoes, when no one's around. And the phantom pianist.
A pianist.
Soft piano music heard when the stage is empty.
Wow. And what else do people experience?
Just general feelings of being watched, hearing weird sounds from empty stages, seeing shadowy figures backstage. Standard spooky stuff, but persistent.
Any darker legends?
There's one particularly grim urban legend about a woman who supposedly gave birth in a basement bathroom and died there. And people claim you can still hear her moaning down there sometimes.
Jeez. Okay. Also near Shreveport, Old Ellerby Road School.
Ah, yes. The Satan School legend.
That sounds ominous. What's the story? It sounds really disturbing.
It is. The backstory involves elementary school students disappearing.
Oh, no.
Believed to have been abducted by a janitor who reportedly committed just horrific acts of abuse against kids within the school.
That's awful.
This is a truly dark urban legend. And people who snuck into the abandoned building, they claim to hear spectral children laughing and screaming.
Chilling.
Some have even found what look like remnants of, satanic rituals and just feel this oppressive, lurking presence. Suggests a really malevolent energy.
Okay, nearby, again in Shreveport, the Penal Farm Prison, built in 1905, held violent criminals.
You can just imagine the kind of suffering that went on there.
Exactly. What are the stories?
Conditions were notoriously grim. Inmates apparently starved, suffered brutal beatings. Just awful stuff.
Is there a graveyard?
There's a Potter's cemetery on the grounds for inmates who died. But rumors persist that others, maybe those who died under stranger or more violent circumstances, are buried sort of randomly all over the land.
Oh, wow. Undocumented graves.
Possibly. And visitors to the abandoned farm report hearing disembodied crying, moaning, seeing shadowy phantoms, echoes of all that despair and violence.
Oh, man. Okay, heading into the woods now. Cotton Valley, a lesser-known spot. The grave of Sally Baker.
Sally Baker. Yeah, this isn't just a sad ghost story, it's a terrifying one.
Why is that? What's the legend?
Well, Sally allegedly murdered multiple husbands.
Multiple. How?
The stories are specific and gruesome. One by pouring hot lead into his ears while he slept.
Oh, my.
Another by poisoning his food. And she was also rumored to practice witchcraft.
Okay, so local bogey woman, basically.
Pretty much. And what's compelling is that people who visit her grave, especially at midnight, report being actively terrorized by her ghost.
Terrorized how?
Not specified, but the implication is it's not just a passive presence. She supposedly haunts the woods around the grave, too. Actively engages.
Yikes. Okay, then there's Alice the Witch's grave in Zachary. An above-ground grave, right? Got
Yeah.
the weird backstory.
Yeah, this one's intriguing. The legend really took off because the heavy marble slab covering her grave was reportedly found removed 3 separate times.
Removed? How?
Nobody knows. But each time, her remains were apparently found disturbed, lying on the ground next to the grave.
What? Seriously?
That's the legend. It got so weird they apparently placed large iron bars over it, trying to hold her spirit in.
Did that work?
Well, the bars were later removed for some reason. Supposedly, the lid came off again.
This sounds like something out of a movie. Was she really a witch?
Actually, no. Forensics eventually identified her as Alice Penny Taylor, a young woman who died of natural causes.
Oh, it's not a witch at all.
Nope. But the legend persists. People still leave items at her grave, maybe out of respect or, just in case.
Do people still report things?
Yeah, despite the debunking, some claim they hear Alice's voice calling out for her loved ones, maybe suggesting a longing spirit rather than a malevolent one.
Huh. Okay, last one in this segment. Manchac Swamp near Ponchatoula. Ghost Swamp.
Ghost Swamp. Yeah, this one sounds like pure horror film material.
Oh, what's the story here?
It centers on a Creole voodoo priestess named Julie Brown.
Okay.
Legend says she cursed the nearby town of Frenier back in 1915. Apparently told them, "One day I'm going to die, and I'm going to take all of you with me."
Ooh, that's ominous. Did anything happen?
Well, here's the chilling part.
Mm-hmm.
On the very day she died, a massive hurricane hit, triggered a 30-foot tidal wave,
No way.
wiped out the town, and killed many people who were, ironically, attending her funeral at the time.
That's unbelievable timing.
Right. The legend continues that there's a mass grave somewhere in the swamp for those funeral attendees.
Oh, God.
And people report hearing the terrifying screams of the hurricane victims still echoing through the cypress trees. A permanent sonic scar in the landscape.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, let's cover a few more intriguing, maybe unique hauntings to round out this deep dive. These stories show such a breadth of experience.
Yeah. Louisiana's got variety, that's for sure.
First, Crescent Point in Sunset. It's a private residence now, but has Civil War history.
Big time. 2 battles were fought very nearby in 1863. Hundreds died.
So battlefield energy.
Exactly. Visitors to the property claim they can actually smell sulfur, like from phantom gunshots.
Really? Smell it.
That's the claim. And they see spirits of Union and Confederate soldiers still on the grounds. Forever fighting, maybe.
A classic residual haunting, sounds like. The past playing on a loop.
Seems like it.
Okay, next. A site heavy with history and a certain lingering vibe. The Bonnie and Clyde ambush site in Gippsland.
Ah, the end of the line for them.
Right, the exact spot where they were ambushed and killed in 1934. What are the stories here, besides the history?
Well, there are these tall tales, about hearing phantom gunshots echoing through the woods.
The ambush repeating itself.
Maybe. And sightings of the lingering ghosts of Bonnie and Clyde themselves. Some people even claim their apparitions have shown up in photographs taken there.
Like their notoriety just traps them there.
That's one way to think about it, yeah.
Okay, how about a really unique museum? The New Orleans Pharmacy Museum. Fascinating look at 1800s medicine.
Mm-hmm. Leeches and strange concoctions.
But the sources say it has a chilling side, too.
Yeah, the belief is that Dr. Dupas, a former owner, haunts the place.
Why? Was he just attached to his pharmacy?
Not quite. The rumors are much darker, suggesting he conducted unthinkable experiments on enslaved people before his death.
Oh, wow. Okay, so not a friendly ghost.
Definitely not. Makes him a pretty unsettling spirit to imagine wandering among those old medical tools. Adds a real macabre layer.
Yeah, it does. Okay, the Jimani Lounge in New Orleans. This is a more recent tragedy, isn't it? Turn haunted site.
Tragically recent, yeah. This connects to the upstairs lounge fire in 1973.
The gay club that was above Jimani?
Exactly. An intentional fire. Horrific.
Yeah.
Killed 32 people.
And no one was ever charged.
No one ever convicted for it. A massive injustice.
So the haunting is tied to that.
That's the assumption. Regulars at Jimani, which is still operating downstairs, report significant paranormal activity. They believe it's the ghosts of the fire victims.
Seeking. What? Closure? Justice?
Answers and justice, yeah. Unable to rest until their story is fully acknowledged, maybe. A haunting born from profound, unresolved injustice.
That's powerful. Okay, let's go to Lafayette, to Furr's house. Former plantation, now a B&B.
That's right. Looks quite charming, actually.
But charm doesn't stop ghosts, apparently.
Doesn't seem to. The main legend involves Amélie Comeau.
What happened to her?
Tragically, she lost her husband and child to yellow fever. Overcome with grief, she supposedly jumped into a well on the property.
Oh, how awful. And she was buried there.
Buried on the property, yeah.
Yeah.
Which often contributes to haunting legends.
Any specific sightings?
There's a story from an exterminator who claimed he saw a young girl's ghost in the attic. She apparently said viens voir, French for come see.
Creepy. Anything else?
There was also a piano that reportedly woke guests up by playing itself at night.
Like at Myrtles.
Yeah. Apparently, it got so disruptive, the original B&B owner just removed the piano entirely.
Wow. Okay, Lake Charles now. The Calcasieu Courthouse. A unique haunting here, tied to someone infamous.
Very infamous in Louisiana history. Tony Jo Henry, known as the Tigress.
Why is she famous? Or infamous?
She holds the grim distinction of being the first woman executed in Louisiana's electric chair, right there at the courthouse.
Oh, wow. Executed there.
Yep. And courthouse employees and residents claim they still experience things related to her,
Like what?
smelling her distinctive perfume lingering in the halls, or sometimes, horrifically, the smell of burning hair,
Oh, God.
and hearing her slow footsteps echoing, supposedly from her death march to the chair.
That is truly unnerving, a constant reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, one last one. Back in New Orleans, the old Ursuline Convent Museum. Historic convent, but a different kind of spooky tale.
Yeah, this one's less
Oh.
about ghosts, more about, well, vampires.
Vampires? Seriously?
That's the legend. It dates back to the 1700s and involved the casket girls,
Casket girls, what were they?
young French women sent over to the colonies, supposedly with their dowries packed in large casket-like chests or boxes, hence the name. They were housed by the Ursuline nuns to eventually marry French colonists.
Okay, so where do vampires come in?
Well, soon after they arrived, some of the girls mysteriously disappeared. And strange things started happening around the convent. This led to local rumors and beliefs spreading that the girls themselves were vampires, or maybe they transported vampires in those casket-like boxes from France.
Wow, that's a wild story.
Isn't it? Gives the place this uniquely eerie, gothic narrative. Blends history with pure, fantastical fear.
Man, what a tour. From grand plantations and bustling city streets to, abandoned schools, prisons, even remote grave sites. Louisiana really does have this incredibly diverse, rich tapestry of ghost stories just woven into its history.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's not just the big famous spots, it's these local legends everywhere. Makes the whole state feel kind of alive with these unresolved narratives.
Totally.
And, whether you personally believe in the paranormal or not,
Right.
these urban myths, these legends, they are undeniably powerful, entertaining stories. They fit that spirit of exploration, of intrigue,
Yeah.
and they offer this unique lens to view the state's past, which was often vibrant, yes, but also often tragic and deeply textured. They don't just recount history, they kind of animate it.
That's a great way to put it. They're not just dry facts, they're narratives passed down, shaped over generations.
Exactly. They often seem to reflect these deep-seated cultural anxieties or maybe unresolved grief from historical trauma.
So, the final thought then. What does the sheer persistence of these stories, century after century, tell us about ourselves? About human nature, our relationship with the unknown? It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why are we so drawn to these lingering echoes? Why do we keep telling these tales?